Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today I want to talk about some news that has to do with The Walking Dead, The Whispers, Ryan Hurst, some neat stuff with one little image. If you heard about this, it's not really that this image is out there. I want to add something cool to it, so if you're a Walking Dead fan, hang in there. But the second thing I want to talk about is Greg Nicotero and getting some more really awesome work. So let's back it up. Ryan Hurst posted this image on Twitter, I believe it was. Twitter, Instagram, it really doesn't matter. But I seen it on Twitter. And he said he found a new barber shop, right? Just goofing around. And in the image, you can clearly see they're making a plaster of his face. They're making a mold of his face. And Walking Dead fans, especially fans of the comic, they know he was recently cast as a Whisperer, who is a person who wears a mask on the TV show The Walking Dead, coming up in the second half, most likely, of Season 9 of The Walking Dead. Now, what's really cool about this, for me in particular, I like that he still has his beard. Ryan Hurst looks like a beast. He looks like a badass with his beard, depending on the role. In Sons of Anarchy, it was that, badass biker. In Bates Motel, which, thank you so much for people reminding me, that's right. I only seen a few I stopped watching right around the time he came into the show. Not because of him. I don't know what. It just, the story lost me. I still wanted to pick it back up, but he was this character that was kind of grungy with a long beard. Anyhow, let me quickly connect this to The Walking Dead because I think this can work. And I do want to touch back on what I stand behind with Negan. It doesn't work for him to have the beard because it's a part of his character. You know what I'm saying? He has the wives, and he's pampered, and he lives like a king. Yeah, we get that. I've said that 100,000 times, and I stand by Negan not having a beard. I got used to it. I like bearded Negan now. What do you want me to say? I can't lie. I like it. However, with Beta having a beard, as opposed to in the comic he didn't have the beard, I'm not opposed to this because we know now that they're a mobile tribe. They go around the wilderness, so if he has a beard, it makes sense for the character, and that's the most important thing. The character, the story, and obviously the look. You don't want to, you don't want to have Spider-Man come out and look absolutely nothing like, you don't want him being butt-ass naked. He has to kind of look like Spider-Man. Same thing with Superman and everyone else. Negan, same thing with him. He's all Negan, except for the beard. Now with Beta, he could look exactly like Beta from the comic and have the beard, and here's where I think it gets even better. How they're molding that, if you look at the cast, it's his entire head. If they cast it right, my God, Beta can look like some vicious beast with this dead skinned walker skin around his entire head with that beard poking out at the chin area. Obviously, it would have to be open for him. I think Beta, especially how big he was, when the skin was put on, it was kind of just like cut off under the jaw because he was such a big guy. I think that's the look they were going for. He's so big, they couldn't even skin a regular head and put it on his ass. He couldn't even find a head big enough, you know what I mean? So he ripped his Whisperer condom. Now, here's the thing with Ryan Hurst. If they do that right, I think that can look so badass, where they have the skinned head with some of the stitching coming right down and blending perfectly with the beard, the dirt, the muck, the grime, however they look and dress. And I'm sure they're going to dirty it up for the screen because they are moving in and out of these walker herds, so they're gonna have gook and grime and all this other shit on them. And I think this has the potential. Now they could trim the beard and they can do all that later on, but I am standing firm with the beard on this one. I think it elevates the mask and the costume and it blends even better. I'm 100% for that. Like in the comic, like I said before, it made it look like it wasn't big enough, so it was just his chin was just busting out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I think for the show, it would be 10 times better to keep that beard and blend the skin mask perfectly in with it. Anyhow, that's my little add-on to that. I am so damn hyped. Still kind of upset and still kind of, as a fan, we're still reeling from the losses. I mean, this is going to be a hard, heavy hit. But there's so much still to look forward to. I got this. It's bittersweet. You know what I'm saying? The bitter with Rick Grimes leaving and Maggie leaving but being open-ended, and then the sweet, everything we're seeing so far looks frickin' awesome. Now, Greg Nicotero. Now, he's working on The Walking Dead, and he has a couple other projects that off the top of my head, I think the only other one I know of for sure is Creepshow. I think that's the one on the top of my head that I know recently he's a part of. Well, now there's another article coming out saying he has signed up to help Todd McFarlane with Spawn. So he's going to be the designer and he's going to be putting together, I'm assuming there's other shit in the Spawn universe that's going to be in the movie. I know McFarlane said Spawn himself would be the only thing that is not grounded in reality. So you would, maybe I take that back. Maybe it is going to be only Spawn. Let me skim this article and see what this says. It says, Greg Nicotero, he said, it was really fun. We spent about 6 weeks coming up with some concept art and designing the character. And a lot of it was kind of getting to the roots of what he's about. He is this sort of part feral animal driven completely by his rage that is he has, and he really embraced the idea of getting the sense of how much we want to see this character and what we want the audience to see. It's always the situation where you give the audience at times glimpses of things to allow them to put together in their minds, and I think there's a very specific way that Todd wants to build these impressions of what Spawn is and what he looks like, by starting out with some kind of simple, very evocative imagery and flashes. 1 minute he's there, and the next minute he's not. Kinda cool stuff, Nicotero added. Actually, I missed the first part where he said Spawn has always been a fascinating character study, and I really think that Todd's whole take on this is he really wants to be able to define superhero movies in a very different context than everybody is accustomed to. Going on to say he always liked that Spawn was kind of the like boogeyman, and that's a direct quote. So yeah, it seems like he is just working on the look of Spawn himself, but this is exciting. I really hope, from what we're hearing from the Spawn movie, some of it is different than what comic book fans especially are used to. However, there's definitely a lot of potential here, and being a fan of the horror and sci-fi genre as a whole, and comic book superheroes and this, that, and a third, I'm really excited and eager to see what comes out of this project. So, and I'm definitely happy that Greg Nicotero is on board. Spawn is going to look friggin' epic. At least we know that much, but I am looking forward to the story they're telling, and so far it seems like everything they're putting out there so far, I'm digging it. So put your thoughts and opinions down in that comment box. What do you think so far about the Whisper look and the design? I know a lot of you were very happy. The only complaints I saw about Ryan Hurst being Beta was that he's just not tall enough. And I know with certain camera angles, if they wanted to go that route, they could make him, seem even more intimidating and bigger than other characters. Again, if that's the route they're going, you have to understand too that Ryan Hurst is bulky as well, so he doesn't have to be 2 or 3 feet taller than every single person on the cast. And I do think that they could definitely make that work. Even people close in his height, he's definitely got, that width to him that will make him seem, and with the added padding of the trench coat and the walker mask and how his look overall is going to be, he's going to look pretty damn intimidating and scary, especially when he beats Daryl's ass and takes those 2 knives off him. He's going to look like a monster. So give me your thoughts and opinions about the overall look. And are you beard or no beard 2018? Let me know. And then we have Greg Nicotero with Spawn. How many of you guys are interested in a Spawn movie, and how many love that Greg Nicotero is now helping to create or bring to life the Spawn character on the big screen? Oh, and one last thing, they are doing their final push for the Predator movie, releasing all different types of TV spots. And I know I said this is the final time I'm going to talk about it, but yeah, I forgot they're going to release a whole bunch. I'm not really gonna follow it. I'm just gonna wait a couple weeks and then go see the actual movie. But I will say, a lot of the clips individually, I don't know how the movie is gonna be, but a lot of the individual clips and images, man, it looks good. If the movie as a whole is gonna be good, I am a whole new level of excited for this. Not really sure about the dreads still on the Predator dog, and then the kid and his connection to the story. Still a little bit weak, but the design of the Predators, though, and the look of the images surrounding the Assassin Predator, that's the big one, the upgrade, man, a lot of that looks so damn cool. I don't know, man. This might be a good one. It really, really might be a good one. So, thoughts and opinions about everything, about Nicotero on Spawn, about the beard and a vicious looking beta. Really hope they go in that direction. And then, obviously, the Predator one. Get up that hype, because I'm hoping it's good. Thoughts and opinions below. I'm done talking. It's your turn.